Cavaliers coming to an Eastern Conference contest in this game. We're in the Palace of Auburn Hills. The Pistons are playing before their hometown crowd here in the Detroit area. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in the pivot spot, manning the middle. Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lows.
Now Johnson. Following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving.
Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. Got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself, because I could never throw it down like that, but I will say it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
And, you know, those giant lulls were a big part of the Pistons season. I mean, their biggest losing streak was 13 straight losses, and a lot of that you attribute to their defense.
His ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw of the contest. Now here's Johnson. Morris into the lane. Dives for it. Great D that time from Love.
And the Pistons also went into a slump after they traded for Reggie Jackson. 1-9 after the trade deadline. They would end the season on a better note, but truly they were streaky last season. And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Detroit. Kicks it out to Love. Fires from deep. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Cleveland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Irving for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And it's 6 points for Kyrie Irving. Jackson with it. Guarded now by Irving. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here's Drummond. To stop the run. Shot is no good. And Cleveland the other way now. And here's Love for 3. And that one's good. Love's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella is all about power and force.
On its way from Irving for 2. Up and in for the basket, number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Guys, pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his M.O.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach, and his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
The drive by James goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here's Jackson. Now the dish to Meeks. Out to the wing. 4 on the shot clock. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Pistons trail by 7. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Detroit, no good that time either. Kept alive. Mozgov with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mozgov. Here's Meeks. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. He dishes it to Baines. Left side Jackson with 4 seconds on the clock. And it's good on the layup. He gets it up. No good on that last second. And that does it for the first quarter. Cavaliers ahead of 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Cavaliers.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
So on the floor for Cleveland. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in. Aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. Jackson gets the bucket.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Good point, Clark. They're starting to make some shots, looking to try and get back in this one.
Smith for 3. They get it again. And Reggie Bullock gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for Kyrie Irving. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Out of bounds. Pistons ball.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. The pass to Jackson. Puts up a 3. Can't hit. And Cleveland the other way now. Three-pointer. And so the ball's out of bounds. Shumpert touched it last.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Pistons trail by 3.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
On the wing, Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the layup is good. Jackson's got 4 points this quarter.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Here's Shumpert. Out to Smith. Here's Fry. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too. They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
Pistons trailed by 5. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
And the Pistons, entirely new group now out there. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Channing Frye. James checked in for Shumpert. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova.
Love the aggressive attitude. I mean, no invitation needed for him to take it strong to the basket.
Greg, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15-29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
Blake kicks to Johnson. Now Cleveland moving it up. It's stolen by Morris. 5-on-3 break. Thompson comes with the double team. Blake kicks to Johnson. For the 3. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. And here's James outside. Can't get it to drop. Made 3. Missed 2 from the field. Out to Morris. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Cleveland leading by 3. Pass to LeBron. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And it's 9 points for LeBron.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
On the wing, Johnson. Covered by Smith. Johnson dishes to Drummond. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And here's Love from the arc. And another 3 for Cleveland.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
And no doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
In the corner, it's Morris. He kicks it to Drummond. Here's Blake. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater. And we've reached halftime in this one. Cavaliers lead by 7. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, your
the third quarter as they get going. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Jackson is out there with Johnson. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then it's Marcus Morris. That's the group for Detroit right now. The Pistons shooting their fourth and fifth attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
Pistons trailed by 8. To the middle. Here's Drummond. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Smith kicks to James. Offline with his three. This is shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Back to Love. Smith the pass to Irving. That three off the mark. Detroit with the ball. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
But they get it back. This one for three. That one goes. Count. 8 points for him.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
And the Pistons were a better team last season than they were in 2014. I mean, they still ended up bottom in the Central Division, but most of it was because of how strong the Central really was last season.
Well, Greg, as you said, the Pistons were last in the Central Division last year. They had finished fourth each of the last 4 years before that, Clark.
And, you know, the Pistons actually had more wins last year coming in last than they did in any of the 4 seasons they finished fourth. It just shows you how tough and improved the Central Division was last year.
So both teams changing it up here. The Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Shumpert dishes to Mozgov. Dellavedova from outside.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Shumpert. For the lead. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Cleveland's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And it's LeBron missing. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this, though.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself. And he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Here is Tolliver. He feeds it to Baines. Clock at 4. Knocked loose. Mozgov with the steal. There's the lob to the hoop. And Shumpert kicks to Fry. That's a 2 from Dellavedova. No good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Fires the 3. Cleveland gets it back. That's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession. Contavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Detroit. Jody Meeks comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie.
Jody Meeks.
1:16 left in the third quarter of the game. Dellavedova from outside. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists in the game. Outside Jackson. Feeds to Baines. Over in the corner, Caldwell-Pope. Detroit, no good that time either.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Or the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Dishes it to Jackson. The feed now to Caldwell-Pope. Tolliver for 3. And the shot is good. Tolliver's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on. You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with, maybe on the scoreboard.
Here's Caldwell-Pope. Mozgov with the block. They retain possession. To the paint. Here's Baines. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Cleveland leading by 3. So on the floor for Cleveland. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Tristan Thompson is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Irving at the 1. LeBron passes to Smith. And Thompson kicks to Smith. Cleveland moving the ball around. They get it back.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
To the middle, and stolen by Love. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And Smith with the stuff.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they've got to figure out how to contain it.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. No surprise, really. The turnover situation was the focus. He told them, listen, we're giving it away, guys. We've got to protect the ball, play within ourselves, and get quality shots. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. So we can't get either to fall. Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22 and 19 away from home.
And now the Pistons fast break. Here's Meeks. And the rejection by Love. For 3. James, no good. Pistons trail by 6.
And back to the Cavs and their road play. Teams with a lot of new players coming in can struggle early. It's especially evident when playing on the road.
You talk about being streaky on the road. That's what the Cavs were. I mean, could rattle off 4 wins on the road in a row, then come back empty from their next road trip. They did seem, though, to get stronger and more steady as the season went on.
And the Cavaliers call time here. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. So for the Pistons, Reggie Bullock is checked in for Marcus Morris, and Steve Blake is subbed in for Jody Meeks. The Cavaliers leading by 3. The drive by LeBron. From outside the arc, and Love gets it to go.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside, because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
The shot misses. Cleveland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. And that one's good.
Defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Outside Irving. Smith on the wing. That falls. Great assist by Love. Smith's got 5 points now this quarter.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Cleveland.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
Yeah, but Clark, the other thing that sticks out for me, the number of assists they've made over the course of this game.
Getting to the stripe is something they've been doing a lot of in the second half, guys.
And when you're behind, it's a good strategy. Not only do you get points, but you also get to set your defense.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Kicks it to Blake. .135 left in the 4th quarter. Bullock dishes to Drummond. 6 on the shot clock. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. Cleveland leading by 6. Here's James. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Blake passes to Bullock. 3-pointer. And Blake is good for 3. There's a minute left to play here in the 4th. Irving kicks to Love. Back to Irving. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
A different look here for Detroit. Marcus Morris comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Jackson in for Steve Blake.
And Kevin, maybe the play of the game right there.
A tremendous instincts grade to come up with a steal and then attack the basket.
Game changer right there, guys. An unbelievable play to make at this stage of a really tight ball game.
Here's Irving. Buries it.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
Of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
Reggie Bullock. Jody Meeks.
There's 14 seconds left in the game. Sinks it.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They trail by 3. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to go for the 3. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
Well, I think the clock's a little short here for that. I mean, I'm not quite sold on the quick 2. I think they've got to look for a quality 3 to try to tie this thing up based on where the clock is right now.
So it's a narrow win for the Cavaliers, pulling it out. This win, such a tremendous emotion.